All right, guys, thanks for stopping by the channel today. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of a 1/16th scale Desert Buggy by Subotech. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so what we're looking at today is a RC car in the 1/16th scale. This is a two-wheel drive buggy by Subotech. Subotech makes entry-level beginner style RC vehicles. They do make some higher-end stuff. Not so much in cost, but in some of the features. This one has independent suspension on all four wheels. We're looking at a 1/16th scale, what they're calling a rock crawler or a crawler. I don't know from crawler. It's two-wheel drive. This has what they're calling a high-speed motor. Basic functions are forward, reverse, left turn, and right turn. I don't believe this is proportional steering, so it's going to be an all-or-nothing situation with this. And we'll take a closer look at that once I get it out of the box. But on the bottom of the box here, we have a picture of the vehicle again, and you get the little guy sitting inside there. Much like my WL Toys 12428, kind of the same little guy sitting in there, so he's kind of double duty in there. They're saying that it's made of engineering nylon and can strengthen the high-speed car's capacity in anti-collision and beat resistance. This is recommended for ages 6 and up. Sometimes I gotta laugh, guys. The verbiage, the Chinese to English translation on some of this stuff is pretty comical. So all the information is on the side. You guys can pause that if you wanted to look at that for any reason. On the other side of the box here on the end, we're getting a lot of the same information here. And it's a 2.4 gigahertz system on here, so you can run multiple cars at the same time without interference. This is the model right here. It is the BG 1512 in the red color. This is the one we have. All the warnings are going to be on the bottom here, and this side is going to be just showing a diagram of the transmitter, forward, reverse, left, and right, and then your power switch on and off on here. And that's pretty much it for this side of the box. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up here. All right, guys, taking a look at the owner's manual or the instruction manual for this vehicle. It looks like we're greeted with German. This is actually English on the outside here. So English and Chinese just underneath it. I did see some German, yes, and there are some German instructions on here as well. Looks to be pretty well laid out. The pictures seem to be pretty clear. The font is big enough so you can read it without having a microscope, and it seems to be valuable enough to hang on to. So I would hang on to this for sure to get to know the car a little bit better, the remote a little bit better, and make sure you keep that in a safe spot. You're also going to have 4 spare hinge, 4 body pins in case you lose one, so you got a package of those. You have a charger, which is basically going to be a USB to like a charger. You can put this in the side of your computer, or this will also go with your cell phone charger. And then you have a proprietary plug for a 4-cell NiCad battery, and I'll show you that in just a second. You're going to get the screwdriver with it to take the battery, or to take the screw out of the battery compartment hatch on the back. And let's go ahead and take a look at the remote. The remote is going to be kind of just a generic type of remote. I've seen these remotes on several different cars. The Chinese are notorious for doing that. There's really no copyright laws or any kind of infringement laws prevent them from stealing designs or using other people's stuff. And it's basically, they build, their companies work for the government, so it's all pretty much all for one type of thing. There is my understanding. Now this is a 2.4 gigahertz, what they're calling a high sensitivity radio control system. You have an on and off switch here, showing your LED, your power here. You have your forward and reverse trigger right here. You have your steering, which is going to be non-proportional, which means if you turn it even just a little bit to make a right turn, those wheels are going to flip all the way right. It's not going to gradually turn. It's going to flip either way. So this is going to take 3 AA batteries, guys. and those will get inserted right in here. So it's not actually a ready-to-run vehicle like it's stating on the box. You're going to have double A's for this one for sure. And then you have your fake antenna up on the top here too as well, guys. So that's not bad. I mean, it's big enough, doesn't feel too toyish. It's plastic, so you're going to have a plasticky feel, but it doesn't feel like it's, you're going to lose it in your hand. It's good enough size where it feels like it's substantial enough to enjoy. This is designed for children 6 and up, but it really doesn't matter. I'm a little bit older than 6, and I buy these things and I enjoy them. I have a lot of fun with my RC vehicles, be it quadcopters or RC cars. Don't do enough cars. I do more cars in the winter time when my quadcopters are pretty much for all intents and purposes put up for the winter, and I do a lot more RC cars in the winter time. But that being said, let's have a look at the car itself. Now, I did remove the body pins on here to make it a little bit quicker. You're going to see the same guy that drives my WL Toys 12428 is kind of moonlighting in this guy here. Body on this is pretty nice, actually, guys. It's going to be your same thin plastic body. This does have a film over the body itself, so you can peel that film off, but I usually leave the film, protective film over it, so it just, I don't know, it just protects it, I guess. I don't take it off. You guys can, though. It's there to take off if you need to. Now let's go ahead and flip the car over just momentarily, and we'll take a look at the underside here. Now, there is a screw that's included in the bottom here that I already removed, and I probably won't be putting it back in. That's why they're giving you the screwdriver to do that. The battery compartment on the bottom here is, I don't know what that was on, but the battery compartment is right here, and it is in fact a 4-cell 4.8 volt 500 milliamp hour battery. Easy to find. These guys are all over. If you can't find them online, or you don't want to wait for them if you're ordering from China, you can get them on Amazon.com. I will put a link in the description below for additional batteries for this. But if you don't want to wait around, you want something that same day or whatever, you don't want to wait, you can have a place like Batteries Plus Bulbs or one of those type of battery outfits will actually build these. It's a simple NiCad cell, so it's really easy to find and really easy to build. The trim function for the steering is on the bottom here. You can see this little switch. You flip that either left or right depending on which way you have to adjust your steering. So that all happens from the bottom. There is no digital trim on here or any kind of trim like that. So all your trim is going to be mechanical on the bottom. You have 4-wheel suspension, so you have suspension in the rear here. Not a whole lot of travel, nothing fancy on these shocks. They're basically just friction damped, and you have a tiny bit of travel on there. So this isn't made to be taken off of, huge jumps or anything like that. I really don't think it has a speed to do that. And you can see in the front here there also is suspension. There seems to be a bit more travel in the front than there is in the rear. And let's go ahead and pull this body off of here. As I mentioned before, I did take the pins out, so let's go ahead and pop this body out. Take a look at the body real quick. You have a roll cage on the outside here, and that is attached on the underside via these screws. So you can remove that if you want to. I don't see why you would, unless you wanted to remove the plastic film off the body itself. You could do that, but everything is screwed into the bottom here, and there is a light rack up on top here, which is non-functional. This is basically just solid plastic. There seems to be holes in the back here, but the front of this is all opaque. There is no grill on there, so that is going to be a non-functional for looks only. And you do have a spoiler on the back here as well, and that's all part of the roll cage, so that is kind of cool. It does definitely look kind of cool, guys, so I'll give it that. The body of the vehicle itself is made of some really nice durable nylon plastic. So this is going to be a nice durable vehicle to go and bash around. Again, I wouldn't be taking this off of any jumps. Not that it's going to have the speed to get any real big air, but you still want to be kind of careful with it and treat it as it is. It is a toy. It's not hobby grade. It's not a crawler. It's not made to be completely thrashed. Although I will probably put it through its paces once I get the battery charged up and all that. And I'll be doing a video as well, guys. So watch for a video on this thing in action, and I'll be doing a review as that video progresses. But this is a two-wheel drive, so the front wheels do spin freely. The back ones are the drive wheels. You have your motor, which is going to be housed right back here. It's a small can motor. You have your receiver is going to be here. You have your Wi-Fi antenna on this side, or it might actually be, yeah, there it is. You can see it. If you guys can see it or not, let me see if I can grab the antenna is right down here. It's really tough to see, guys. It's like right underneath my finger now. So it's a real small wire there. These are actually not antennas. These are actually body pins here to put the body onto and put the pins through. So your receiver is going to be here. Your servo for the steering is up in the front here. And it looks like this is serviceable. Everything does have screws, so you can replace parts. And I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that the parts are replaceable for this if you go online. Probably a place like GearBest or TomTop or one of those type of Chinese retailers should probably have replacement parts for this. And I didn't look, but I'm guessing that there might be a parts list in here, and I'm not quite sure on that. And I don't see anything for a parts list, but if you put the model number in on a query on online, you should be able to find replacement motors at least, and possibly the servo for the steering and the receiver on here. So that looks pretty good, guys. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Doesn't feel completely wimpy. It looks like it's going to be a fun vehicle to drive around. I'm looking forward to getting that video up of it in action, and I'll be posting that probably within the next few days. Watch for that, guys. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, guys, I really appreciate it. It helps my channel out a lot to get the subscriptions in. I want to thank my new subscribers for coming on board and putting up with me. This is a learning experience for me, guys. I'm learning as I go with having my channel. I'm trying to keep my videos a little shorter, so I apologize for going long on some of them. But this is the Subotech 1/16 scale buggy, available on Amazon. Links in the description. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. We'll see you all in the next one. God bless the Republic.